Word Chapter 1 in the Microsoft Office 2013 Introductory Book for CAP 1000. When you open up the Word 2013 application, you want to make sure that New is selected, and you're going to double click over here where it says Blank Document. It's going to launch you into a blank document. Down here on the status bar, make sure that your Print Layout selection is selected. You can see the little thumb tag there that says Print Layout. That is the default. Up here on the Home tab in the Style section, make sure the normal style is selected, which is also the default. We are going to go ahead and pick up on page WD5 under the heading Entering Text, about the center of the page there. First thing we're going to type is the word Adventure with an exclamation point, and then we're going to hit the Enter key to drop us down to the next line. Once you've done that, we're down on the middle of page WD6. We're going to display our formatting marks. So up here on the Home tab, in the paragraph section, we've got the little formatting marks. It says Show Hide, and then that paragraph mark. Go ahead and click that so that you can see the little paragraph marks there. You'll get one of those each time you hit the Enter key. These marks will not print on your document. It's just to show you the formatting that's actually on the page behind the scenes. That's going to bring us over to page WD7. We're under the heading to insert a blank line, so we're going to hit that Enter key one more time, dropping another paragraph mark on our page. We do want to make sure that our zoom page width is correctly set. So down on the page, bottom of page WD7, to zoom page width heading, we're going to go ahead and click View on the ribbon. So let's go up there and click View. And from there, we're going to go ahead and click on Page Width. So up here in the zoom section, page width, it's going to make our stuff nice and big on the screen. Now I'm only going to be going over the sections that we're actually completing stuff in. Do make sure you go back and read all of the additional information that is on the pages that we are not covering, because that will help you understand these concepts a little bit better. Over on page WD9, under the heading to Word Wrap Text as you type, it's very important that you don't hit the Enter key at the end of each line. When you're typing a paragraph, you do want it to word wrap naturally. So under bullet point 1, let's go ahead and type that text there. You'll see right there that word wrap kicked in and the word mountains went underneath into the next line. Okay, and once you have that all written, you'll go ahead and hit the Enter key again. I do want you to take special note that the space between the lines is different than the space between the lines of a paragraph. So there's less space here than there are between the actual lines. And that is specifically set as a default in the Word program. Okay, we are over on page WD10. Bullet point 1. We're going to go ahead and do some more typing here. Making sure that we misspell where it's noted. Once you hit the space key there, you'll notice the red wavy line under that word is going to let us know there is a misspelling. So we're going to go ahead and put our mouse right over that word, and we are going to right click, because right clicking always brings up a menu. So we've got our menu there with suggested spellings. So we want to go ahead and select tours from that list. And then we are going to go ahead and move down to the center of page WD11. Notice your cursor is after the S in tours, but before that space, which is that little dot that you see there. That just means I hit the space on the keyboard. In order to get on the other side of that, I want you to go ahead and hit the End key on your keyboard, END key. Alright, now we're going to go ahead and continue typing. important that we go ahead and make sure that we've got all of the appropriate information, so please do proofread as you type. Accuracy is important. Alright, now we're going to go ahead and flip over to page WD13. Alright, so we're going to come up to the Quick Save toolbar. We're going to click on the Save button there. It's going to ask us where we want to save it. It automatically launches the Save As option since this document has not previously been saved. We're going to go ahead and click on wherever it is you want to save your document. So if you're using a USB, make sure you select that USB in your selections here, and you should have a CAP 1000 folder. If not, we're going to go ahead and create a folder here. I'm going to go ahead and put in there CAP 1000 assignments, and that's where I want to save this. Alright, so now we're going to go ahead and call this Adventure Flyer. So put my cursor right in there and add the word flyer. And I'm going to go ahead and click the Save button. Alright, and that's going to bring us over to page WD15. So let's go ahead and click somewhere in the word Adventure. Make sure we're back on the Home tab over here. We see all the Home tab options. So we're going to center this line so your cursor can be anywhere within that line where it says Adventure. And in the paragraph section, we're going to find the center justification here. Go ahead and click that, and it's going to move that word Adventure over into the center. Alright, now we're going to drop down to our signature line. Again, just click anywhere in that line, and then go ahead and click on that center button again, and that will center that information on the page as well. That's going to bring us over to page WD16. We're under the heading to select a line. We are going to go ahead and put our pointer to the left of the line to be selected. So we're looking at the headline at this point, so we want to come over here in the left margin. We're going to have a little white puffy arrow over there. When we left click, it's going to select the entire line of text that is appearing in that line. From there, we are going to go ahead and change the font size of our text. I'm over on page WD17. We want to go ahead and come up to our text size and drop that down, and we're going to be selecting 72, so it's going to be considerably larger than what it started out as. Okay, once you've selected that, we're going to go ahead and flip over to page WD18. We're going to change the font, so our stuff is still selected here. You can tell by the big blue box that's around it. And we're going to go ahead and drop down the different fonts that we have. And we are looking for Berlin Sans FB Demi. So if we start typing Berlin, you'll see that's going to come right up. And that happens to be the one that we want. So let's go ahead and select that. And that is going to bring us over to page WD19 under the heading to change the case of selected text. So we still have everything here selected. And we are going to go ahead and click on the Change Case button, which is right here on in the font section of the Home tab. So let's go ahead and drop that down. And we are looking for the uppercase option. And that's going to push all of those letters to uppercase. It's also going to move us to page WD20. Now we're going to be applying a text effect to the text. And we are looking for our text effect button, okay, which is right here in the font section of the Home tab. Let's go ahead and open that, and we are looking for the white fill, or the fill white outline accent 1 glow accent 1, okay, which is this one right here. Let's go ahead and click on that, and then we're going to go ahead and just click anywhere in order to take the selection off of that particular grouping of text. That's going to bring us over to page WD21. On page WD21, we're under the heading to shade a paragraph. So let's go ahead and click anywhere in that word Adventure. And we want to go to our shading arrow. which is right up here, little paint bucket. Let's drop that down. And we are looking for green accent 6, darker 25%. So green accent 6, darker 25%. You'll notice these are all green accent 6. They start out lighter and they move to darker. Let's go ahead and select that particular shading, and that's going to bring us over to page WD22. On page WD22, we want to scroll down in our document until we can see all of this text down here. It's easily available for us, so everything from this first paragraph to the bottom 3 snippets of text there. Let's go ahead and select all of that text. We're going to come over here in the left margin, left click, hold, and drag right on down the page. That's going to go ahead and select everything. I am now down on the bottom of page WD22. With all of this text selected, we are going to go ahead and change our font size to 24. So we're currently at 11. We're going to increase this to 24. Remember, you're doing a flyer. Anytime you do a flyer, you do want to make sure that that text is nice and big so anyone walking by can see it readily, easily. That's going to move us over to page WD23. So we're going to click anywhere to remove that selected text. And I'm on bullet point 4. So you want to make sure that you get all of that text up in the screen where you can see it. So as long as you have all of that readily available, you are good to go. And that's going to bring us down to the bottom of page WD23. You're now going to want to select these bottom 3 snippets of text here. They're not quite sentences. And once we have those selected, we are going to go ahead and flip over to page WD24. We're going to go ahead and select the bullet. So up here under bullets, you'll see the little circle ones. Let's go ahead and click that, and it's going to put nice little bullets in front of each one of those lines. The bottom of page 24, if for whatever reason you decide, oh, well, I don't want those bullets. Up here at the top in our quick links, we have an undo button. So if you click on undo, that's going to easily remove the last action that you did. And maybe you decide that, oh my goodness, that is something I wanted done. So let's go ahead and hit the redo button, and it puts it right back on.